Hi, I'm Iris, and welcome to Finding the Full Text Based on a Citation. What do you do if you're reading an article or a book and you come across a citation that looks promising? Today I'm going to take you through the steps of getting your hands on the full text even when all you have to go on is the entry in a bibliography or a mention on a website with no handy link to full text. The first thing to notice about the citation is whether it's pointing you to a book or an article or something else. There are hundreds of citation formats and at least as many publication formats, so definitely ask a librarian if you can't figure out what you're looking at. But the two most common things you'll want to recognize in academic writing are books and articles. A citation to a book will nearly always list a place and/or a publisher. A citation to an article won't. So that's the main trick to tell the difference. Titles to things inside of publications, like an article inside of a journal or a chapter inside of a book, are often in quotation marks or are listed in a regular font before the title of the larger work. Titles of full publications are often listed in italics or are listed after the title of the article or the chapter. Here's the most confusing pairing: a chapter in a book and an article in a journal. Notice that the journal still doesn't list a place or a publisher, so that's your main clue. Let's start with the process of finding books from a citation. You can take the title of the book, not the book chapter, and then type that into Catalyst. If your result comes up, you can open it up and see where to get access, whether that's online or, as in this case, on the physical shelves in the library. If the book does not appear in the result list, then it's time to request the book through Interlibrary Loan. Click into Interlibrary Loan, log in, and then click the option to request a book. Fill out as much information as you can, and then click Submit. We'll look for libraries that can mail a copy of the book here, and then we'll email you when the book has arrived at the front desk for you. This can take a week or more, so plan accordingly. Please note that we cannot ship physical books off campus. If you are off campus during the pandemic, contact me and we can work together to figure out your options. Now let's look at finding articles from a citation. First, take the title of the article and just type it into Catalyst. Catalyst doesn't know the titles of every article we have access to, but it knows a whole lot of them, so this is a quick way to start. In this case, our article comes up right away and says that we have online access. And in this case, our access comes from a place called Wiley. Though note that the names here can change depending on where our access comes from. If this process didn't bring you to the article, the next thing to do is to check whether we have a subscription to the journal that published the article. Maybe we have access, but Catalyst doesn't know the article titles from that journal. To do this, you'll need to know the name of the journal that published the article. You'll also need to know the year the article was published, and eventually you may need to know things like the volume number, the issue number, and the page numbers for your article. From the library's website, click on the Articles tab and then click Browse Journals. Type in the name of the journal that published your article. If we have a subscription to that journal, Catalyst will show it to you here. Then you can open up the journal information and look at the years that we have access to. If the years match what you're looking for, you can navigate through to your article. If not, it's time to head back to Interlibrary Loan. Log in and click the option to request an article. Here you put the name of the journal up at the top and the name of the article goes down below. Fill in as much information as you can and we'll look for another library that has access and can email you a PDF. This can be a pretty quick process, but we can't guarantee an exact timeline. It's usually best to assume that it'll take at least a couple of business days, but it may take longer. And as always, I'm happy to talk to you about this as you do your research here at Carleton. Contact me or set up a meeting.